Hello, everybody! As you probably know, it's TheRedMageKro! And welcome back to a post-commentary of Rimworld, the subscribers, in which we have our subscribers inside a world of Rimworld as they try to survive this area, where we have a, little crash pod full of muffalo wool. That's great. Good insulation and whatnot. So a little recap of what happened in the last episode. Basically, we got Minties, and who has an infection. If I remember correctly, she came in a crash pod herself. Umbreon and Graphic have muscle parasites. If we don't keep tabs on them, they will die. So it's very important that we actually keep them under tight wraps, because we don't need Senju to be by himself. For those of you who don't necessarily know what's going on with this series, because this is just a post commentary, it's basically going to be for like this episode plus 2 more and whatnot before we actually hopefully get some videos with an actual recording. You get a heat wave too, by the way. Randy is starting to pick things up. But with that also being said, we can probably move over to our gosh dang first topic that we're going to relatively be talking about. Now, since everything is starting to pick up in the series, namely because of Randy being a freaking jerk and making my life a living hell of a time, we will concentrate on what's going on in the game for as much as we can. But, I do have a backup topic ready to be talked about, just in case. Because if anything, it's not going to be terribly difficult to kind of see what's going on. Because, now Umbreon, he needs to get treated before something bad happens. We don't want to lose Umbreon. You guys got all this information that you can also be looking over too. I know I sped up this stuff a little. Oh, there's the boy! Yeah. Do it. And whatnot, but so if you guys need to look at some of this information, you are always free to pause the video and double check on what's going around in the video and whatnot while I am talking, because if anything, I'm not going to be able to catch everything. But if anything, I'm just mainly worrying about these guys, so I'll go ahead and I'll kind of talk about what it is that I had planned today, in which is a simple topic. We're going to talk about cooking food, and all that different type of jazz that comes with cooking food. I, for one, feel like I am a decent cook who has probably 3 specialties under his belt. Now, that's mainly due to me living in a household where all the food is done by my mom or my sisters. But what I can cook, I feel like I can cook pretty well. Like my mac and cheese. If it's the basic stuff, where it's just the mac, the cheese, maybe add a little bit of something in, 1 or 2 ingredients, I come out on top. Freaking cream cheese for the win on that one. Woo! But if it was my sister's mac and cheese that she makes for Thanksgiving, where she did Minties just escape? Minties escaped. That's right. And that's namely because, well, I don't even know how Minties escaped. Because technically, the door, yeah, it's open and whatnot. At this point, if I remember correctly, I don't even bother with her. But, I think it was because I left the door open. But even then, there's no way for her to get out, as far as I know. So she just dipped. She dipped in a half. Huh. Anyways, so since it's a heat wave, I also install vents in this area of the kitchen just so that, like, you know, the coolness kind of spreads too and whatnot. But we're not making a lot of power with this windmill, so I make sure that Graphic is researching the crud out of solar, because we freaking need it, and we need it bad. As I was saying with the food, because my sister makes mean mac and cheese for Thanksgiving and Christmas, as Umbron is hauling away a dead corpse. She basically, like, has this mac and cheese. She puts all different types of cheeses in it, and I think they're, like, croutons or something. And so it's, like, it's, oh my god, it's, like, the best mac and cheese I have ever had the pleasure of putting in my mouth. But, yeah, if anything, big fan of her mac and cheese. As you can see, this windmill is not generating a lot of power. Like, there was a moment where it was like half, but, you know, half is not necessarily, like, really all that good as I pause it. And I am pausing it for reasons unbeknownst to me, in which we are going to quickly kind of crop out. Yes. Okay, so we cropped it out. We got it playing now. Speed's going by fast. We're good. So, you know, video is going to be a little bit shorter than I would have liked. But, as we can see, Graphic has heat stroke. And that's not good. Heat stroke is not a good thing to relatively have. But if anything, like, Umbreon doesn't have it. So it's mainly just because the research area does not have good cooling systems. But I also can't make a cooling system in there, because if I do that, then guess what? It's going to be sucking more electricity from this section right here. And that's not necessarily a good thing. That's why we need to get that solar power in fast. I'm trying to make it cooler because it's not staying cool. Not staying cool, and we needed to stay cool, but it's not. It's lame like that. So, with that also being said, the one thing that I do love making when it comes down to, like, foods, am I making her go there? I don't know. Is going to be my sriracha noodles. And I love making it, but I hate how long my noodles in particular take. Because, you know, if I'm honest, the way I like them, it takes a lot of time. And then we got Umbreon, who's basically, hunting, like, all these piggies here. And if anything, they make cute noises. They make really cute noises. I love pig noises. They're cute. So, you know, I like my sriracha noodles, which it's really basic thing to make too. It's, like, not even that hard. With that being said, you just take the top ramen noodles, you know, little packets that you get. Like, take 1, 2, heck, you can try 3. Me with 3, it's kind of harder to make if you ask me. But you cook it as normal. So you put, like, the little packet in, boil the water, put the noodles in, wait for them to get soft. And when they're, you know, soft and whatnot, as Umbreon is having a mental goddamn breakdown, you just basically empty out the water, and you begin frying it. So you just basically, like, you can do it in the same pot. Heck, if you have a wok, do it in the wok. You know, that type of jazz, you know, just get like, something that you're relatively good with. You then add in sriracha, and you kind of, like, you know, kind of flip it, and, you know, just make sure that the sriracha is coating the noodles really close to that solar panel, by the way. And then you let it fry for, like, a little bit more. And then after you do that, you add some soy sauce. You don't want to add too much. Soy sauce is very overpowering. I like to add, like, a relatively decent amount. I like to go from the outer areas into the inner area. I'm, like, in a circle. But I would try to make sure that I do it in such a way that it's not going to be a lot. And then, you know, and once that's done, you have some tasty freaking jazz. Like, oh my god, like, type deal, you know. okay, bad impressions aside, okay? But, okay, look, and here's the funny thing, right? Me and my sister, you know her as Graver, she's the one who made the penguin, Pain, and whatnot, in which we finally got our solar panels, oh my lord, finally. But we came out, we basically learned the recipe at the exact same time, and at the time, we made it exactly the same. Like, pretty much exactly the same. And it's kind of crazy. But as time basically went on, we both basically developed our noodles into two completely separate types. And that's mainly because I like mine dry and crunchy, while she likes hers kind of like, not crunchy. She likes hers in a relatively nice and timely manner. Yeah. Mine takes so long to make them. And if anything, like, it takes like over like 30 minutes to relatively make them exactly how I like to make them. So it's like, I want to say that like half the time it's not worth it because I could always make something faster. But Sriracha's and then this is where Graphic actually proposes to Senju, but then Senju rejects Salt. And oh man, I just felt so bad here. I was so distraught. Like, they had a thing going, and then it just gets called off. Oh, I still feel bad. And so, like, if anything, Graphic is going to be really unhappy about that. It's gonna have like a negative modifier on basically like her type of. It's gonna be negative on her attitude towards like her happiness. And so, because of that, basically, she's going to be a lot easier to be stressed out. She can break easily. We don't want that to be the case. Because right now, she's already in a lot of pain. She's already, like, pretty, like, easy to, like, get stressed out. As you can see, she's, like, she is basically the lowest out of the three when it comes out. And you can see right there, it's a negative 18. Pain is 10, and then Recreation is also a 10. Those things are really important when it comes down to the workflow that we basically have. And because she was rejected, you know, that's a really, really big negative modifier and whatnot. So, as we're still monitoring their vitals for those muscle parasites. And, you know, Umbreon, he's going to be hunting and whatnot. We got, like, a lot of piggies. And if anything, like, piggies are pretty good when it comes down to, food. So, it's win-win, you know? I'm just kind of looking at what's going on. Do I really not have him as a... Oh, I'm just like... I'm getting rid of all of his stuff so that, like, just so that, most likely he just goes and... He goes back to base. Because right now, he has heat stroke and we don't want him all the way out there. And whatnot. Not to mention that... And look, Graphics already major break risk. We don't want her to be like that. And that's a bad time waiting to happen. And we honestly need the power. We need her to construct additional solar panels. And, you know, that's not a... That breaking in this game is really, really severe. It can go anywhere from, like, binge eating, in which, you know, if you're low on food, that's really bad. Colonist needs treatment, so that's why we're going to start healing up Umbreon. But yeah, it can go from binge eating to sadness spree And then we get this whole new lovers thing. And then Senju re-woos graphic by talking about pumpkins. And at this point, I'm like, hold the phone. What? Senju tried to woo graphic by telling a tale about pumpkins. Graphic becomes aroused and agrees to become Senju's lover. So it's back on, guys. It's back on. I'm pretty sure somewhere along the lines I said, whether it was in a comment or another video, this is a roller coaster of a ride. Well, why are you being aroused by a tale of pumpkins? Senju, why do you have an erotic story about god dang pumpkins? I have so many questions, and there's not enough answers for me to freaking get this, like, done. And Umbreon's sleeping on the floor because he doesn't have a bed. Because if you assign a medical bed, they will not sleep in that bed. And then I just find out about how you can also operate on them. So you can basically install stuff, but you can also basically, like, get rid of their hands, their feet, and all that different type of jazz. It's actually pretty cool. And I never actually knew about that. So it's very interesting that, like, I find that out now, after about 4 seasons worth. Like, this would technically have been the 4th season. What are you? Are you a thing? I don't know if that's a thing, and I don't care about that thing. But it's about time for the question of the day. In which we will kind of continue on with the food theme. So, what is your favorite food you can make? And if anything, I don't mean this as the, like, oh, hey, you know, you're freaking good at making pancakes, you know, you're a pleb. No! If you can make food, you're great. You're better off than me, that's for sure. I have, like, 3 dishes under my belt, and that's mac and cheese, freaking the sriracha noodles, and probably pancakes. So, if anything, those are like my 3 dishes that I can make 100% of the time. I can make spaghetti too. I just wish it was more handmade, but that's besides me talking. So, you know, so with that being said, you can tell me anything really. So, like, it can be an omelet, homemade pudding, cookies, cakes, you know, anything relatively sweet. Or you can go with pancakes. If you guys make some freaking nice pancakes, let me know. Heck, maybe give me some recipes for me to try out. I would love to try out some new recipes. Trust me on that. However, if any one of you serious or jokingly puts in my comment section that your best dish is about making a bowl of god dang cereal, you will make me sad. Please, for the love of all that is good in this world, don't make me sad. Make yourself a panini or something. Grilled cheese, you know, it's like a grilled cheese, but with, like, meat in there. Like, you know, you can put, like, chicken, like, the chicken lunch meat that they have. You can put in some beef, something, you know, something good for you, something protein-esque. Heck, freaking, like, get yourself a spoon of peanut butter. Eat that. You know, that's good. Has a lot of fat, but at least it has decent protein. And apparently peanut butter lowers cholesterol. Or so I've heard. So, you know, that's good. But, yeah, no. So, food is really freaking good, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm actually already done with my list. I didn't think that it would be this short. I thought I would have more to talk about. So right now, we're just going to god dang wing it, because more than less likely we have about 5 to like 8 minutes left. I don't know. Probably less than that now that I look at it. Less than 5 minutes. But we're getting to the point where we have our solar panels. We are going to need a little place for our batteries, which I don't know if we're going to be getting to that today. Basically, this is how you get off the planet. So you basically can get off this planet by going to that area and basically escaping to the stars. That's how you win the game, technically. And technically, I've never once done that. You can do that pretty much at any time, though. The only problem is that it takes like 12, 15 days for you to basically start that ship up, and then for you to like be able to take off. And during that time, everybody and their mother knows of your goddamn plans, and they will try to stop you. You got crash pods coming in, destroying everything. You got goddamn bandits coming in, destroying everything, just to stop you from going up so that they can probably also get up there too. And it's like a living nightmare, and I'd rather be prepared than even remotely think about going up there. But as the game goes on, it does get progressively harder, and they will start sending like a bunch of bullcrud after you. And it's honestly probably a better idea at a certain point to leave than it is to stay. So, you know, there is that. Graphic is cloud watching. Look at her. She needs to get de-stressed. Look how stressed out she is. And, you know, oh my lord. I still can't get over god dang send you and salt. Send you salt. Salt you. And then we still got the goddamn muscle parasites too. Ah! I think the heat wave's over too, isn't it? I think somewhere along the line the heat wave must have went and gone. Senju looks like he's going for a walk, so he's having some fun. But he basically, we need to like start getting everything kind of like done. You can see that Umbreon is a night owl, but for whatever reason he's in the day. So I have to go and I have to make it so that he's not out in the day. Otherwise, he gets pissed. He gets really angry. My lord, my G's, my dude. But yeah, no, it just relatively stinks that mainly the proposal thing is still there, even though she made up with Senju. And it's really upsetting. Like, seriously, it's been done. Get over it, Graphic. Like, if anything, you got back with him. Salt, please. Please. And so now we're starting to get into the solar panels. Thank goodness we are. Instant god dang energy making. Small herd of Thumbro. It's only one. It's just one. And I want to tame it, but you need level 9 in animal taming in order to tame a Thumbro. Nice. Anyways, we're getting relatively close to the end. So I'm going to start off the outro right here. And anything that happens after is basically going to be a good little extra. So thank you all so very much for watching this post-commentary of Rimworld, the subscribers. I hope you all enjoy as we are going to hunt those goddamn deers. We are going to hunt those boars. Yeah. So, I hope to see you all in the next recording. See ya! God dang, that's a weird stockpile zone.